Let's talk about some good news in the fur industry, and that is the latest fur harvesters auctions. They had two auctions this year, one in March, one in May, that they could actually have the world come to. Who knew in 2020 that it was going to be 3 years before we actually got people here again? It's a big deal. I mean, they went through the expense and set up an online system for auctioning and selling and viewing and all that, but it's that typical thing. And I don't know, maybe folks are different than me, but if I know what size I'm going to buy, the brand, and I'm familiar with the quality and everything, I can buy that online. But if I'm shopping for something new, I'm not going to buy it online. I need to be able to look at it, touch it, and see that it works. It's no different for the high-end fur. You know, our lower quality fur was what ended up selling, and of course that drove all the prices down, you know, over the years of the online auction. Trapping is the cornerstone that Canada was built on. Brave and sometimes crazy men and women, fueled by the lucrative fur trade, explored and mapped our great nation. Hundreds of years have passed since then, but trapping still remains vibrant, strong, and steeped in the ancient traditions. The fur bearers still follow the old paths and live as dictated by thousands of years of instinct. Fur only gets prime in the harsh temperatures of winter, and trappers must respect and prepare for the weather. Trapping's past is firmly rooted in history, but today, the gear and techniques have changed. Canada is still known for the best wild fur in the world, and today our pelts are sold on the global market. Our community is large, and our numbers are growing. We are trappers. This is what we do, and where we belong. Join us in our adventures. Welcome to Trapping Inc., the face of today's trapper. Now that the world has come back to Canada to go to the auction and buy fur, things are doing good. Beaver are hitting like a $30 US average. That is freaking awesome. You know, it's all going to hats. It's all going into felting for hatting, but it doesn't matter. That's a great average. 30 US. Castor is very strong. The Martin or sable are doing great. Here in May, there was our top lot was $80 US for a Martin. I had one in there. Our otter are coming back. They're hitting that $40 and $50, or mine were, I think my average was $52 or $54 US for all the otter I sent in. Fisher are back as well. Our clearance rates are something that's really important to look at. You know, 100% on beaver, 100% on sable. Lynx was 100%. They're hitting $120 average for the sale for lynx. That's a really good average, $120 US. It is neat to see too, as I was mentioning in Fisher, is that the males are worth more than the females, which is not usual. And what that means to me is that they've become now just stripping for trim. Used to be that the females were the most important because they were softer, prettier, but now the males are much larger, so you buy a larger male. If you're just taking strips out of it for trim, you get more strips. Muskrat's the only thing that was really, really bad. Very little selling, and that's just because the ranch mink is cheap. If ranch mink female is $12, you're not going to sell any muskrats. You know, when she goes above $12 now, you get about 3 muskrats out of one ranch mink female. You know, so if she gets above 12, then you get $3-4 per muskrat, that kind of thing. It's just how that ranch industry affects the wild fur industry. Squirrel and ermine were both very, very strong. I had some that went for some weasels that went for $6 each. Anyway, there's an old saying that if you don't have skin in the game, you're never going to know, how the game's going. And you've got to always be sending fur in. You know, sometimes it's not going to sell for what you want. Most times what's happened is that Fur Harvesters has held the line, and they have not, you know, like we have all these unsold muskrat because they say they're worth this much money, and they haven't sold them. That's good. That's good. I'd rather see that than them blowing them out for two bits a piece and that kind of stuff. You have to trust who you're sending your fur to, and I trust them at Fur Harvesters. Anyway, if you want to see any of this stuff, you can go to furharvesters.com, and you click under the auctions. There will be a release there, show you what things sold for in March and May. Today is just a general day. There's going to be lots of snow, cold, and maybe some lynx, marten, that kind of stuff. Just a great day out in the line. Let's go trapping. Trapping Inc. is brought to you by these fine sponsors. Baytex Energy. As a leader in the responsible production of energy the world needs, Baytex takes pride in a sustainable approach to managing and developing their business that current and future generations will be proud of. Southland Trailer Corporation makes a trailer for any job. Southland Trailer, behind you all the way. Why trust your hunt to anything less than the best? Carl Zeiss Sport Optics. Confidence in the toughest conditions. Let Guy Swart from Wild Horizon help you plan your dream African safari. Digital mapping has revolutionized how smart outdoorsmen plan trips. Get onX Hunt Elite today and make it count this season. Oh dear. This looks to me like, oh, he's headed towards the pen. Looks like he walked right into the pen though and walked away. Let's see. Let's see what happened. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And he walked right in the side here. Oh, man. See, that's what happens with all this snow, right? Knocked my fencing out of the way, and that's all it took. And there he was, right in there. Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it. Yeah. You can see right where he stepped in and through. See, the snow was just enough to push things out of the way and give him enough room to do it. Oh well, you can't win them all. Beautiful, beautiful afternoon. It's sitting at about 0 Fahrenheit, minus 19 or 20 Celsius. I'm here at one of my creek crossings, and I think I have something I've been looking for a while here. Looks like I got myself a mink in there. Mink box has been snowed in. You can see where he came in here. He's traveling around doing what mink do. I'll admit, with all the snow we've got, as you can see, this is how much snow has just buried everything. I've been a little tentative when I've been digging out these any of these boxes on the ground, these mink boxes, because you want to be careful that you don't get caught in your own box. Yeah, it's nice mink. Nice mink. There we go. So it's simple, right? We put them on the point. You know, when you're crossing these places, always pay attention to where your otter, where your mink, where everything's going when they travel the water. They always bounce off this corner, so this makes this an important corner. The other thing that I do is I've just got it up off of the ice. Okay, I've got it sitting on the shore, just off the ice, so if there's any flow happens, there's a little beaver dam right here. Any flow happens at all, well, it's gonna give me a chance to get it free, right? I'm not gonna, I got probably 4, 5, 6 inches there before I get into trouble or get froze down. Now you can use a piece of rebar or anything for anchoring here, because it's in and around water. Everything here is frozen very hard, just like concrete.
And I've got a root there that I've got my hands on. There we go. Nice mink, really nice mink. That's in a 160, so that's a pretty big mink, man. The other thing I do, these boxes are long, and I'm sitting this trap just about a foot from the front of it, so he never gets out of the box. I gotta check these frequently because I gotta worry about damage from shrews and stuff like that, but it's better he can't get out of the box and get on the ice and get froze down. So I always make sure that I have it so that it's way back in here, and when he gets caught, he doesn't keep, I mean, you can see he's suitcased there and he doesn't move at all, and he just stays right on the wood where I can get him out easy. I don't use any lure when it comes to mink. Mink are more kind of a right place kind of thing. They're almost like a trail set. Except there is, you know, I do have meat inside here. I've got some, I think this year's beaver. I got a bunch of beaver in there. And that's just, you know, when they're going by, they bounce off this corner, and they smell the meat, and in they go. It's just another one of those knowing your trap plan, right? Knowing the habit of the animals and, you know, which corner they're going to bounce off of. If I sit this over there, I bet you I don't catch mink, because they literally have to bounce off it. It's there and boom. I have a lot of mink boxes set out, and it's the ones that they bounce off of that I get mink on. Beauty.
Our funny farm has grown a little bit, and we have all of our meat chickens and some Orpingtons that our daughter-in-law hatched out over there. The Orpingtons are a dual-purpose bird. They're the dark-colored ones. They'll be good for both meat and for eggs. You can see we have some turkeys. My brother has been feeding them grasshoppers, so that's what they're standing around looking for right now. They think that I'm going to give them a grasshopper. Not really. We've got a whole bunch more birds this year. We wanted to end up with more eggs, and a lot of these, if they turn out to be a rooster, like I think this big guy is a rooster, he, depending on his manner, he'll end up either being a meat pot bird, or we'll keep him around, because the roosters keep the ladies from fighting too much. We got some more ducks coming. And these, look at these silly looking ones. They're called Indian runner ducks, and they lay lots and lots of eggs. So it's a year-round thing, and it's busy all the time. And look at that guy. He's just pretty as can be. But in the wintertime, there's work involved too. Here, let's take a look at it right now.
Nobody ever thinks about all the fun involved in making sure that the chickens have a clean roost in the wintertime.
That's right. Here's what we're doing. But I want to show you something. Come here. I had my wheelbarrow tipped up over here.
Uh-huh.
Look what come and visited
Oh.
our chicken coop in the wheelbarrow.
Oh.
It's a fisher.
My. It's a
Yeah.
good thing we got a good door on that coop.
It is, yes. I'll have to make a set here at my chicken coop.
Yeah, exactly.
So what do you like better, wheeling or shoveling?
I think it's a toss-up. It's all hard.
Yeah, it smells so nice, huh?
Oh, yeah. Lovely. Pad down pretty good there.
Oh yeah, good stuff.
It's the good stuff.
You got lots of inspectors in there.
Yeah, I know. I'm not sure whether they're cross because the door is open or they're saying thank you for cleaning it up.
Check this out. There's a Fisher track. There's a couple Fisher tracks over there. There's a Martin track. And where are they at? They're in my bee yard. You can see the bees that have went out and flown and died. You can see the frost underneath there. That's from the top vent. And you can see that one's frosted over there. That tells me both of these are still very much alive. I have to check on the other ones, but I thought I'd show you how the Fishers and the Martin think that this bee stuff is pretty cool. They spent a lot of time here. This is crazy. I didn't know they'd do that. But I guess, I mean, they love honey. They love sweets. So the bees come out and they do what's called a cleansing flight. And that's when this happens. But they come out to go to the bathroom.
Trapping Inc. is brought to you by these fine sponsors. Easy Clean Advanced Odor and Stain Remover. Just spray it on and walk away. It's that easy. Alberta Mobile Power Systems. Fast, temporary power anywhere you need it. We design and install to meet your needs. Range Road Enterprises understands hard work and the value of a buck. Our products work as hard as you do. See our full line of firewood processors, sawmills, and more at your nearest dealer. Midland Radio helps you stay in touch in the wild. Check out the new X-Talkers at your nearest dealer. Communication for every adventure. Take your best to the best. J. Martin Taxidermy. Recreating the memories of your hunt with precision, passion, and pride.
There we go. Oh, look at this. Broke off the anchor pole. Huh. Boy, he ain't been here long. He's soft. Oh, look at that. I guess it was time to change that one out, wasn't it? Been sitting out here too many years. This has not been a very highly successful pen. And it's really strange because the one on either side are really successful. This just isn't one of them. There's my stick. There we go. Oh yeah. This just happened. The key is just absolutely soft. I think it's a he. I don't know if I can. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's a he. Cats are hard to tell, man. Everything is internal. You might be able to see some testicles is about it. Look at that. And there's no snow. I mean, he's on top of all the snow and everything, so. Whew, nice kitty. Very nice. I'm guessing probably mid-20s, something like that. Big cat. Big cat. Well, let's rebuild this. I guess I'm lucky. He must have, when he felt the snare, he gave it the original shot, broke off the stick, but he didn't get very far. Otherwise, that snare would have broke. That would have been something. I guess that's a lesson there. You know, I do check a lot of my snares every year. This is just one of those pens that's never been successful, so it hasn't been getting the attention, I guess, that it requires. And I guess there's a good lesson there for me right there, right? Wasn't much, like, I mean, literally, I think he went around once, shot that way, broke this off, and it was over. I mean, that snare never lets up, right? You've got that, I always use toothed cam locks. And I know there's problems that you can have with, you know, the cam lock freezing up on you and that kind of stuff. I try to mitigate that as much as possible using a little bit of glycol. You know, I'll put a drop of glycol on them when I first set them out every time, and I can't admit for this whether I did or didn't. Like I said, this isn't one of those high priority ones. I was surprised to see a cat here. You have so many pens out. I think I've got 70 right now, and you have you know, you got your trap line that you know where they're going to be. And like I say, there's one back this way a half mile, one up this way another half, 3/4 of a mile. Those two catch a lot of cats. This one doesn't. There we go. But it did now. Okay, so I got my foot there, and I'm gonna put some more urine on it. There we go. And I've got the mint spearmint oil in it so that it smells pretty. There's just something here hanging, you know what I mean? It sways around in the breeze, attracts their attention. That's why when just about every one of my cat pens is right beside my trail, and if it's not, I will take and put a trail snare on the way to the pen. There's a couple I have that are that way. And I really like, you know, that I always tell anybody that comes with me with another snowmobile or whatever, they never go by me when we get to a pen. They always pull up behind me because I want that only trail to be right tight over to this pen. And that way the cat is always walking right in my trail. Gives the best chance for him to see anything, to smell anything, all that kind of stuff, right?
And that's it. That's today's show. I hope you enjoyed spending some time with us today as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you. Maybe we'll see you down the line. Do you have a question? Would you like more interaction? You can connect with us and all our social media sites from our website at trappinginc.com.